writing on the site, he said, "I think I've solved the mystery of Cheddar Man." And compared the appearance of the first Brit to business tycoon and apprentice star Lord Alan Sugar. A number of comparisons have been drawn with TV personalities and film characters. Michael Moran said, "This Cheddar Man guy. Feel like I've seen him before. Didn't he once have a popular Sunday night TV show?" He then posted an image of 90s Brit TV character Lovejoy. Normankel said, "Oldest known modern Briton had dark skin and blue eyes, say researchers." He compared Cheddar Man to antiques expert and mahogany-hued TV host David Dickinson. Only now with cutting-edge DNA and facial reconstruction techniques can we see for the first time the face of this 10,000-year-old man, and ask how 300 generations later he relates to us today. Experts from the museum and University College London conducted genetic tests on the remains, discovered in Ghost Cave, which were taken by drilling a bone in the skull and sequencing the DNA preserved inside. Dr. Tom Brook, a scientist from the museum, said that the findings, that there was a 76% chance that Cheddar Man was dark to black, was extraordinary. He said in the documentary, "If a human with that color skin wandered around now, we'd call him black, and a lot darker than we'd expect for Europe as well." He added, "It really shows up that these imaginary racial categories that we have are really very modern constructions, or very recent constructions, that are really not applicable to the past at all." Dr. Rick Shelton, an archaeology professor at Oxford University, said, "It may be that we may have to rethink some of our notions of what it is to be British, what we expected Britain to look like at this time." Britain in the Mesolithic era, the Middle Stone Age around 8000 BC, was a very different place from today. An ice age had just finished, and the land had become green again. Herds of oranges, Huge wild cattle and red deer roam the land. Perhaps in pursuit of game, hunter-gathering tribes swept in from what is now continental Europe across a land bridge across the North Sea, known as Doggerland. The total human population in Britain was then just 12,000. Who was the Cheddar Man, and what do we know about him? Cheddar Man, unearthed in 1903 in a cave in Somerset, lived around 10,000 years ago. A huge hole in his skull, pictured, suggests he died a violent death. Britain's oldest complete human skeleton, known as Cheddar Man, was unearthed in 1903 in Ghost Cave in Cheddar Gorge, Somerset. Genetically, he belonged to a group of people known as the Western Hunter-Gatherers, Mesolithic-era individuals from Spain, Hungary, and Luxembourg. Cheddar Man, thought to have died in his 20s, and have had a relatively good diet, lived in Britain when it was almost completely depopulated. Pictured is a reconstruction of the prehistoric male's remains as they were found in a ghost cave a century ago. His ancestors migrated to Europe from the Middle East after the Ice Age, and today, 10% of white British people are descended from the group. Scientists have reconstructed the Cheddar Man's face several times using the shape of his skull and assumptions about the appearance of the first Britons. Most of these analyses were not based on DNA data, and assumed he was white with light hair. But an unprecedented examination of his DNA in February 2018 showed the young man would have had a darker complexion than previously thought. The prehistoric man had blue eyes and dark, curly hair, the analysis revealed. Researchers said the unusual combination of features make him look not like anyone that you'd see today. The prehistoric man's remains are currently on display at London's Natural History Museum, while a replica is exhibited in the Cheddar Man and the Cannibals Museum in Cheddar Village. Tests on the DNA of modern Britons reveal we have around 10% of our DNA in common with Cheddar Man and his tribe. Professor Barnes and Dr. Selena Brace extracted DNA data from bone powder by drilling a 2 mm (0.07-inch) hole through the skull's inner ear bone. They scanned the skull and a 3D model was produced by paleo artists Alphonse and Adrij Kennis, Dutch identical twins who make lifelike reconstructions of extinct mammals and early humans. The brothers, who have created reconstructions for museums around the world, and usually create models of Neanderthals, spent 3 months creating Cheddar Man. It's really nice to make a more graceful man, not a heavy-browed Neanderthal. So we were very excited that it was a guy from after the Ice Age. We were very interested in what kind of human he was, said Alphonse.